Ready to do it again? Okay. Get your grip. Pull, pull, pull!
Well, it's kind of crazy, but as I say, it's our kind of crazy. We're used to it.
How many more days till Rio?
I do believe we're at about 60 days until opening ceremonies, and about 63 days until I fight.
So Tony trains. I usually drive him to training, and we have a good group of people that help get him back. As you can see, on Sundays we try and get the kids out on the mat, so have some family time, and we do try and carve out family time, but we're pretty quiet at home when we can be because it's a lot of work.
How are you feeling?
I feel fantastic. I just finished 3 weeks of Olympic camp in Montreal with the able-bodied Olympic team and my Paralympic teammate, and we're ready to go.
Tony was in Montreal for 3 weeks. I was solo parenting during the weeks, and at that point, you start missing your partner a lot. But it's the kids are so happy to see him when he gets back, and they use him as a jungle gym, and I get a few minutes of of off time.
Oh, you got me! Time to get out! Don't let me out! I got you! You're getting strong! You're getting strong!
What have you been focusing on as far as training?
A lot of technical stuff, some key stuff, the mistakes I've been making in the last couple of competitions. I made a few mistakes at the British Grand Prix in the bronze medal match last month, and it cost me a bronze medal. And it's against an American world champion Crockett that I've lost to a few times over the last couple of years. And there's a chance that I could meet him in the quarterfinals at the games. So we've been working on some things that hopefully we'll deal with that, but I'm certain he's working on stuff as well. And we've been working on just basically some of the things that I've been making mistakes on, trying to clean up some of those small things. I mean, with 6 weeks to go, 8 weeks to go is when we started the camp. There's really not, you can't learn new judo, but you can correct some minor mistakes and get focused and prepared. We've been doing some high volume randori sparring, just keeping our conditioning up, keeping our judo up, keeping our spirit up. Preparation's been going great.
The camp in itself was kind of a surreal experience. You had Olympians, Olympic medalists, ex-competitors that were all there everyone was together to kind of bring the team. It was really the first time that I felt that in Canada there was this team that was trying to get this international impact.
But Montreal is invaluable. It's the national training center. It has the highest level of judo athletes in Canada and in some cases of the world. Antoine Valeris-Fortier, Sergio Pessoa. We have phenomenal fighters that are there. Antoine Bouchard. I mean, our Olympic team is without doubt super strong. Our Paralympic team, Priscilla and myself, we're experienced, we're strong, we're ready to go. But Montreal also has the very high level coaching staff. There we have Nicholas Gill, we have Andres Sadaj, the visually impaired coach. We have Yanush, we have JP Kenton. We have all of this wealth of knowledge there and a world-class facility. So the last 3 weeks have been an Olympic camp, so we've had literally hundreds of bodies on the mat. Some of them high level, some of them just coming up. So we've had a range of experience, a range of ability. All of them brown, black belts, all of them national level fighters, but some of them trying to make the national team and beyond, and some of them already on that national team and beyond. So it's invaluable to go to Montreal to train. And living in Ottawa and having a 2-hour commute down there, we stayed there for 3 weeks to train. It's the experience we need leading up to the games. Now, come August, the last few weeks before the games, I'll go down to Montreal for a few days at a time, not for weeks at a time. It'll be more fine-tuning, get in one night of good hard randori and then 2-3 days off and then do that again. But like I said, the wealth of knowledge, experience, and ability is there in Montreal.
Being Tony's training partner, I would have on my own been there for the whole 3 weeks. I would have maybe been there for 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. But being there with Tony for the whole 3 weeks, you see all the frustrations, all the extra work that needs to be done. So not only will we do the 1.5-hour practice in the morning and the 2.5-hour practice at night, but we would often stay like an extra 15-20 minutes, get an extra 30 to 50 throws in per practice. That adds up to 60 to 100 throws per day. After 3 weeks, that's a lot of throws. So it was really interesting to see how all these people were working on all their very minute techniques, their little variations, while at the same time just keeping the energy up for everyone. That was really fun.
It's pretty much it's teamwork at home, and when he's not there, we miss him, but we get stuff done. And when he is there, he is, he's there when as much as he can be for us. But the truth of the matter is, I end up doing a lot of the, since I have to. I mean, I'm the only one who can drive, so grocery shopping and some of the housework ends up on my shoulders, because with the judo, he doesn't have the time or the energy sometimes to really pitch in the way he would like to. So that's what family life is like.
It wasn't my first time at the National Training Center, but it was my first time at an Olympic training camp. I've been at other training camps that were a few days, but this one you could really tell that people were stepping up their game. They were trying to bring it to the next level. They were pushing themselves so much more, so much harder. Many more people were just collapsing on the side and then getting some water, getting back in the ring.
How was Tony during this 3 weeks? You were there.
Tony went through phases as expected.
He's preparing for the biggest tournament in his life. It's fair to say that. Yeah. How's he been mentally and physically, from your point of view?
From my point of view, I think that he tries to keep his focus on judo when he's at judo, but tries to put it aside so that it doesn't interfere with him spending time with the kids. I've definitely seen him, tired and occasionally disappointed in how, practice went.
He went through a high energy phase. He went through a low energy phase, pushing through the soreness, pushing through the frustration, the exhaustion.
But he refocuses and he tries to. But I feel like he tries to keep it, sort of on the mat and not let mental or physical challenges affect us as much as possible. But he does get grumpy sometimes. Don't tell him I said that.
We had. Midway through, we started acting like an old couple where we're just like arguing with each other because we're spending too much time with each other. But then you could tell that, that's really, we were both there for giving him the best chance at the Olympics. And that's really what brought us all together there at this camp.
The Paralympics, it's my last competition. It's my last competition, and I say that with a bit of sorrow, but I want it to be my best, of course. I want to go out on the podium, on the top of the podium. I'm not getting any younger. My body's not getting My body's getting older, and joints are getting sore, and I put 4 years into preparing and qualifying for this event, and I'm giving it everything I have that goes into this tournament. And I will know at the end of this competition that there's nothing more I could have done to prepare. So I'm doing everything I could possibly do to prepare and have the best day of my life.
You think he's ready?
I think it's not a question of if he's ready at this point anymore. I think it's going to be how much does he really want it? How much does he believe that he deserves this medal? So he has the techniques, and really in judo at the Olympics, it's anyone's bet on who can win. The question is really who wants it the most, who's the hungriest for it. So that's going to be the one thing that we're going to be fine-tuning with him for the next month.
How do you think the Canadians overall, the team, how do you think they're going to do collectively?
The para team, overall, I mean, on the judo side, there's 2 of us, but the whole para Canada team going to the Paralympics, there's roughly 170 athletes across 20 different sports, and their goal is top 5 in medals, and I do believe they have the ability to do that. We have some very strong teams in all the sports. On the able-bodied side, I believe they're sending 300 athletes. We are sending 8 Olympians. On the judo side, at the able-bodied Olympics, I mean, we have a wealth of ability there and chances there for medals. Antoine Vellers-Forche, Khalida Zapernek, Sergio Pessoa, Catherine Bouchard-Pinard, ECAT. I mean, you name any one of our able-bodied Olympians, and on the judo side, they have a medal shot. They're that strong. They're that focused. They're that great of athletes. And again, on the para side, there's Priscilla and myself, and we're going to these games, each of us believing, feeling, and knowing we have the ability to get on that podium as well.
You guys going to Rio to?
Yes, I will be going to Rio. I'll be taking the 2 children, and we'll also be traveling with my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, so his mom and dad, and we're all going to stay together in an apartment, and we've got tickets for the event, and we're looking forward to it. I was actually in Sao Paulo for a judo tournament with Tony and one of the children, Britain, about a year and a half ago, and so I've been to Brazil before, but I have never been to Rio, so we're going to do a little bit of sightseeing, but mostly it's going to be all judo all the time.
Well, what happens after the competition in terms of after he comes back from Rio? Well, do you think, what's Tony's future in terms of...
Well, the current plan is the same that it was in London, which is retire, but I think this time I've convinced him that he has to make a solid decision, and he'd like to spend his time. He still wants to be involved in judo, and I'll be going and doing some judo as well. That's how we met. I think I told you that at another time. And so we'll do more family judo, but definitely I'll be at a recreational level. The kids will be there, but Tony will continue to train with the competitors in our club and ensure that they have the skill set if they wish to try and compete at the national or international level. He'll be there to support them, but it'll be a coaching thing, and probably some outreach with respect to visually impaired, because sports is a big part of his life. It's a big part. It's not going to change, it's just how it's going to change. Hey, dude. Oh, you've been drinking. Someone was at the water fountain. So there we go.
The biggest thing that I got out from all of this, even though I'm just his training partner, everything I learned at the camp, everything that Tony learned at the camp, we're bringing back into the club, so all the other competitors are going to benefit from this. So this is really, competition is often about winning, but I think just everyone's improving thanks to it. So I'm really thankful for that experience.
I'm 5.
You're 5? No, you're not. You're 2. Are we going to Rio with Daddy? Can you say good luck, Daddy? No, we went to see the dinosaurs yesterday, so he's pretty, our Louie, our Great Dane.
Hey, you want to throw Daddy? Throw Daddy on the blue mat?
You go to, yeah, you go do that. Okay.
What does it mean for you to be training here on a Sunday morning? Earlier on, you mentioned the first 20 minutes is really important for you. What do you mean by that? Tell us.
There's 2 things here. One, Sunday morning trainings. All my trainings in Ottawa are Takashi Dojo, and it means the world for me to be a member of this club. This club has put Olympians, world medalists. This is, without a doubt, in my opinion, the strongest club, experience and knowledge in the country. Now, Sunday mornings for me, I've had hard weeks of training. I mean, I just got back from Montreal. The last 3 weeks, I come home for Saturday rest. Sunday morning, I do this type of training. And the first 20, 25 minutes of Sunday morning training, my little ones are on the mat with me. Ava Marie, my 4-year-old daughter, and Britton Gregory, my 2-year-old son. They put their judo gis on. They run around the mat. They throw me. They do groundwork with me. They play with the crash mat. They recharge my batteries. It shows me, it helps me find that love of judo I have again at the beginning of every week. And it gives me that boost and that energy to train hard all week. I know I'm going to get to do judo with them again Sunday morning. And they love it. As you saw, they smile, they laugh, they giggle. They do warm-up sprints with us. They do a lot of fun with us. And then they go and we do our hard training. It's why I love judo. It's not why I've always loved judo, but it's one of the reasons I love judo right now. I love being on a mat with them. I love being able to enjoy movement and gripping and getting thrown by them and just giggling with them. I know I could do that at a playground or a park, but they're sharing a part of me on the mat. I've been in judo 35 years, and it's a huge part of my life, and they get to share it with me. That I can't measure that. So that I hope that explains how it recharges my batteries.
That we're incredibly proud of him to make it to the Paralympics, to be competing at that level. There's sacrifices he makes, but he's very upfront about those and how much he appreciates the help that he gets from his family, from his friends, from his team. But we're all very incredibly proud of him, win or lose. But we hope he wins because that will make him that much prouder. But we couldn't be prouder one way or the other, and we love him. And his kids are clearly going to keep us in judo for years to come.
Any last words?
Just Garmamie, thank you for coming on this journey the last 3 years with me. It's been fun being on the mat with you and talking to you, and I know you've gained a bit more insight into visually impaired judo. And maybe the best thing to go out on the last word is, of course, I'm going to thank my family and all my supporters, but Mathieu has been my training partner the last 3 years. He's my training partner for the majority of the time right now. He's my training partner coming to Rio with me. He's taking 60, 70 break falls a day for me, getting tossed around, and I can't thank him enough. I really can't. He's sacrificing his body, literally, to help me prepare for these games. And Matt, when you watch this back, thank you.
All power, all speed. There.
I would really like to thank Matsuro Canada, Josh Hagan, and Sergio Pessoa. They have sponsored me for these Paralympic Games. They've helped support my judo the last couple of years. They have a wonderful brand of judo gi. I've fought with many judo gis over my judo career, and the Matsuro judo gi is one of the most comfortable, one of the best made, and by far has the coolest logo. So Sergio, Josh, Matsuro Canada, thank you very much.
such a top